cannot, right? If you try to forcefully, you try to void it, system will not allow because it require open view. So in this case, right, because the history is history, that's why system actually don't allow, because so that there is a control there and there's no potential for your staff, for your cashier to do any to steal any money or to change any record, historical record. Okay, right? Except for just now, like I said, the change payment type. Okay, they can still change your supervisor level can still change the payment type, but actually go and delete the actual item from the receipt. We don't allow that. We don't allow that. So what can be done? Okay, so since customer already made the payment, it is considered after the actual transaction happened. This is considered a product return, or also you can also call it a refund transaction. Okay. So firstly, let's open a sample receipt first. We'll see. The stationery. Okay, 6911. So for refund transaction, how do you proceed? How do you process a refund transaction? Okay, the very first step, customer come to your shop. Okay, then they say, okay, for let's talk about normal case. Customer come to your shop one day. Perhaps they just buy from you 1 hour ago, or maybe they buy from you last week or last month. Then suddenly they come to your shop. Then they say, hey, this one I don't want anymore. Okay, can I get a refund? Or this stationery got problem, the pen cannot write. Okay, can I get a refund? Now, whether your shop accept a refund or don't accept, that's up to your policy lah. Of course, you're the franchisee, you decide the refund policy. Okay, but of course, you may want to consider, if it's a regular customer, maybe even small case, okay lah, you just close one eye, you accept lah. But if it's not very regular, then maybe they goods sold are strictly not refundable. That's up to your policy. Okay, but let's assume that you decide to accept this refund from the customer. Okay, so I will show you right now. I'll show you two different types of refund. One is refund your normal products or service. Like for example, this receipt, they buy the Papermate correction pen, your stationery. But later on, I'll also show you, which is another very common scenario, which is refund the courier. Because that one is actually, I would say, is more common. Because there are many cases whereby the courier is not able to, perhaps originally customer send out the DHL parcel, but suddenly DHL contact you, then they say, hey, this address we cannot deliver, so we have to reject the parcel, for example, right? Then you from what I understand, the franchisee will need to call the customer, tell them, hey, DHL cannot deliver this. Can I help you change it from DHL to another service, for example, to FedEx, right? So in terms of our system, we need to key in the refund back the DHL transaction and key in the new transaction as a FedEx sales, right? So that one I will show you later. So let's first talk about a simple case whereby you do a refund for the Papermate correction pen. Okay, so the very first thing is you need to get the receipt from the customer, because if they buy, let's say they buy stationery from you, then how do you prove they buy from you? Of course, it's through the receipt, right? If they're not able to provide a receipt, please try to view bill and try to print out the receipt so that you have at least you can prove there is a record of the transaction in your system. Otherwise, if there's no record or you don't bother to check it, right, then is it possible they buy from some other stationery shop, then they come to your shop to get a refund? That will be very funny. Then you rookie, you just give them the free money, right? So that's why system will want you to get a receipt. After you can get the receipt, in this case, I open up the receipt on my screen. Okay, I open up the receipt, but I suggest for you all, if you are doing refund, you print out the receipt. If customer cannot give you a physical copy, you go to the view bill and you print out the receipt again. Okay, you press subtotal to print another physical copy of the receipt. Okay, so once you have the receipt in your hand, what you want to do is you press the product return button. Okay, so system you will see here, system generate a negative. 1. This is a quantity to refund. Negative 1 is a default quantity. System always assume customer refund 1. But of course, in this case, let's say, right, how many correction pen did customer buy in this receipt? Actually, there are a lot. But let's say customer return 2. Then here, actually, you can key negative 2. There's a quantity that customer returned. Okay. Then the next step is either you use product search to search for the item. Paper mate. And then you double click to select. That is one way. Or you can also scan the item barcode. For example, here the barcode here, okay. You can scan it over here. Right? This is another way. Or there's also a third way. You can key in the product code. Where's the product code? Is in the receipt. Like I said earlier, it's under the description 11600. Okay. This one also can. Okay. So depending on you. Either way, you just need to refer back to the product, either using the barcode, the product code, or you use the product search to search the product. Double click. Okay. So either way, you will reach this screen. System will prompt. It will ask you what's the receipt number. So system will also double check with you. Okay. So receipt number, you need to refer back the receipt 6911 on top here. Okay. 6911. Enter. And system is able to detect, it's able to detect that, hey, in this receipt, this is how many paper mate correction pen that you buy. So which one do you want to refund? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In total, actually buy 9 correction pen, right? So refund this one. Okay, choose one of that, because it doesn't matter, because for stationery, you just choose any one because it's interchangeable, stationery, right? So in the end, right, once you choose the item, system will show negative 2, customer refund 2. Okay, the price originally, it will pull from the original transaction when you sell to customer at 650. Okay, so total you need to refund back to the customer negative 30 ringgit. Okay, negative 30 ringgit. So what you need to do is, of course, like normal, like subtotal. This time, right, system will identify it's a negative amount, means it's a refund. Need your supervisor approve. So super, enter, and you can see everything here shows negative. Okay, now for refund, right, there are some friends actually who ask me, if customer pay by credit card, can I refund by credit card or not? Okay, so what I can say for sure is that refund, I would say for 99% of the case, you will give them back using cash, no matter what method that you pay. Why? Because, for example, if customer pay using Visa or MasterCard, okay, from my understanding, if it's the same day, then yes, it's possible for you to void in the credit card terminal. Meaning you take the credit card terminal, then you void that particular transaction. Okay, then the bank side, they will also not process the transaction. But if already last month's sales, right, last month customer used Visa to pay, then if this month the money long ago bank into your account already, then there's no other choice. You cannot refund using a Visa because you cannot void in the credit card terminal. So what you need to do is you need to refund them using cash. Okay, right. So I would say most of the cases is most commonly you refund them using cash. Okay, regardless of what they used to pay. So we choose cash, negative 30. Then you press OK. Right. Then your cash over open, you take out 13 ringgit, give to them. Okay. So this is refund for normal item for your stationery. But let's take a look at the refund. Let's choose Post Laju 6912. Let's look at the Post Laju transaction. Okay. Oh, so complicated. The serial number are too long. Okay, let me key in a small simple one. Post Laju price is 999, serial number PL001. Okay. Alright. 6920. Okay, so this is more simple, just for our testing purpose. Okay, so for refund of post laju, it follows the same process. Click product return. In this case, customer refund one parcel. Okay, then next, again you can use product search to search up, or you can key in the code. Is a PL. Whereas the code is shown under here lah. Here PL. Right. PL001 is the tracking number. Okay, PL first, enter. And then system will ask for the receipt number 6920, enter. And here this is where you need to scan back the tracking number. If customer cannot provide this, then you need to key in receipt. Here it shows PL001. Let's key in tracking number. Okay. Alright. What system will do is it will pull up the price that customer originally paid. Or it will pull out automatically the information. Okay. So refund -999. But like what I said earlier, normally for courier scenario, it's not always a refund. It could be exchange, because let's say post laju cannot deliver to this address. Then you call customer, then they say, okay lah, you help me change to a FedEx, for example. So in this case, if you notice, right, this is actually an open view. So what you can do is like any other normal open view. You can straight away search for the next item to buy, or you can key in the next item, enter. Price is 1,002. Right, serial number. Okay, right. So this is how you can actually pull this. Okay, so this is how you can actually do it. So this is no longer considered a simple refund. Instead, it is actually a refund and exchange new product. Refund and exchange. Okay, but you can see the total is net off between the 1,002 minus the 999. So basically, in the end, customer need to top up another 201 ringgit. It could be the opposite is true. It could be that the FedEx is cheaper than the post laju. Then you still need to refund them the remaining amount. Or it could be that FedEx post laju exactly the same price, right? So there are a few different scenarios. But for this case, customer need to top up. So it becomes a positive bill again. So just like any normal bill, let's say customer top up using Visa, okay, right? So this is how you process. This is a refund and exchange. Refund and exchange. Okay. Right. So that's a product return. Okay. Next we'll be talking about the last few functions for the retail. The last few functions. Then maybe we can take a quick 5 minutes break before we can come back to continue our talk about the back end. Okay. So the last few functions actually are related to the member, including the buttons that you can see here: member search, add new member, member history, and the credit collection. Okay. But firstly, what does member mean for MBE? What are the benefits that member can enjoy? Okay. So it's very simple. There are only 3 benefits. Okay, 3 benefits. The first is member can do a mailbox rental. That's the first one. Member can do a mailbox rental. So I understand that MBE offers a service of mailbox rental to customers. For example, let's say I want to migrate to Australia, right? I'm moving out of Malaysia, migrate to Australia. But I still want to keep a mailing address in Malaysia for my physical mail. Okay. Then what I can do is I can actually rent the mailbox from MBE near or nearby MBE, right? Then all my physical letter will be sent to this MBE. And if you're the outlet, you can actually help me forward all my physical letter to my Australia house, to my home in Australia. Okay. So there's the mailbox rental and also the mail forwarding services that you offer to the customers. Okay. And these customers need to join as a member. Okay. So this is the very first service that you offer. Second service that is offered to all members is they are able to top up. What is top up? Top up is used, for example, let's say there's a regular customer that comes to your shop every single day. maybe even a few times a day, because maybe they run an online business. Okay, they send out a lot of parcel. Then somehow or another, every time they need to pay, right? Then one day they get so fed up, they say that, hey, okay lah, I just give you 1,000 ringgit. I park you help me keep the 1,000. Every time I come, I don't want to pay. You just take out from the 1,000 ringgit, right? So this is called top up, the second member benefit. So it's a little bit like top up into your